All right, we're live. Sorcha, welcome to our first episode of the Plex Report. My name is James Adair. I'm a lender with Neo Home Loans at the Homeownership 360 team. And Sorcha is a
Uh,
real estate agent.
I'm a real estate agent with Tiny Empire Group and Living Room Realty, and I specialize in investment property, short and midterm rental management, and strategy.
So Sorcha really got my attention this year. We started collaborating on talking about income properties and her passion for how to turn any property into additional income really got my gears turning, and so I wanted to harness this energy that she has to talk about ways to access income generating property. So the conceit of this YouTube channel is that we're going to be each episode is just you and me, Sorcha and me, talking about our favorite uh, house that's on the market in the Portland marketplace. We are both operating in Portland, Oregon, but these ideas and the fundamentals should apply anywhere in the United States, right?
Yep. And James is also licensed in 48 of the 50 states.
That's true. I am licensed in many, many states. So thanks for pointing that out. That's kind of a new feature in my business. So yeah. So our company, our financing platform is uh, open for business in 48 out of 50 states. So if you
Right.
are watching,
That you could get James's help anywhere.
that's right. That's right. So well, we've got a property pulled up here on Salmon Street. We love this location. You want to talk about why you think this is the best, or the one that's kind of your favorite multi-unit property that's available right now?
Yeah, so like James said, my specialty, focus, and passion is how to make money using real estate. I My husband and I changed our lives completely around using real estate investment. We 3 years ago made a $60,000 income combined and have quadrupled that since then through real estate investment. And
Amazing.
just like want to tell everybody about it. So I'm always looking at houses like this and units like this online, trying to find new investments for me, new investments for my clients. And this one stands out because it is located smack dab between two of the most popular neighborhoods in the city, Belmont and Hawthorne. It's highly walkable, excellent transit scores, excellent biking scores, walking distance to coffee shops and grocery stores and pharmacies and restaurants. Anything you could want to do that's fun in Portland is literally 5 minutes away.
Yeah, this is where the house is located right here. This is Hawthorne Street, which is literally 1, 2, 3 blocks away. This is like a 2-minute walk.
Yep.
Hawthorne Street, when I first moved to Portland, was like that was what one of the streets that Portland was known for. So it's got tons of cool vintage shops,
Yeah.
restaurants, the original kind of cafe, Portland cafe vibe. And then you've got Mount Tabor Park over here, which is an epic oasis of green space that you can walk to and run and ride your bike around. It's got tons of trails. Look how big this is.
And it's
You can
walking.
get lost in this.
It's all walking distance. That's what's so cool. And this also
Exactly.
makes it really appealing because I'm always looking at the different ways you can make money off of a property. It would make a great long-term rental, but it would also make a good short-term rental.
Definitely. And I think that, I mean, the exterior pictures of this one look a little, they're not,
It's not presented very well
this
online.
house is really hidden by all these trees and shrubs and stuff.
The
Um, but,
seller's
but this
agent.
is a great looking property style, all one level. Um, the exterior pictures are not that exciting, but then you get inside and it looks great.
Yeah, it's all updated. It looks like new flooring throughout, newer kitchen. Um, these are things that are expensive and need to be done in order to maximize the return on your investment, and it's done, which is nice.
Is this
Um,
laundry? Is this a laundry upstairs? Laundry in the kitchen? That's kind of
that's
funny.
that honestly though, a lot of these units don't have laundry at all, so that's pretty cool that it has laundry. It's a small apartment, but it has
Mhm.
street parking, it has laundry in the unit, it has a dishwasher, and it's walking distance to the most popular spots on the east side. So
For sure.
this is a killer location, a very good investment. It hasn't been presented online very well, and so it's been sitting for 60 days. So this is one of those things where it would be a good investment and probably also a good deal. This is something where I would go in and negotiate a lot of stuff for my buyer because it's been sitting for so long and the seller is likely eager to move the property.
I think, you always look for the market for these types of duplex properties is always going to be a little bit different than the market for a normal house. There's just fewer people that are
Yeah.
in the mindset of that's what I want to buy. Usually, it's investors,
Yep.
but lately with prices being so high and rates starting to just be high and stay high, the affordability piece is becoming uh, really challenging for people. And this is a way for them, someone who wants the thing about buying a duplex with, um, an owner occupying one side is that you can now take the income from the other unit and add it to your qualifying income. So this house is being listed at 769, I think. Is that right? Yeah,
Yep.
769, 950 is the current list price.
Yep.
Um, and someone who is shopping for a home for maybe 599 and is like, I can't afford, or I don't qualify for a house above 599, could actually maybe qualify for this because you're adding more
Yep.
income to get more debt to get into a different property. So
Yeah.
someone who
Yeah,
might not have access to this kind of location can
apply that.
can
And
apply that to this.
it's currently under market rent. Both sides are rented, but one of the sides is rented for $2,000. So you can basically add $2,000 minus 25% to your income.
And so I have created some financing analysis here. The thing about duplexes is that you can use an FHA mortgage to owner occupy. As long as you have access or live in one unit, you can buy it with an FHA loan and put as little as 3.5% down. And so if you bought this for full price and you put the minimum amount down, you could potentially borrow up to $756,000. Now, it does create a large monthly payment, just shy of $6,000 a month. But the benefit is that the amount of cash you need to buy a property like this is less than $50,000. My analysis is with the minimum down payment, the basic fees, property taxes that go into your closing costs and prepaid items, we're looking at about $46,000 roughly to access a property like this.
Yeah.
I'm going to scroll down to show you the monthly payments.
That
Right?
money can be a gift, can it?
It can be a gift. The FHA allows gift funds for a down payment. So if you're just sort of dreaming and like, I have a job and I'm making some good money, and let's say let's reverse engineer how much money do you need to make to qualify for this. So you need to have access to about $46,000. Let me get the calculator up. So if you have no other debt, let's say 6,000 a month is the debt we're trying to qualify for, times 2, right? So we want to 50% debt to income ratio. We need to qualify for that. So we need $120,000 a year of income. But of that, how much can be from the other? We can use 75% of the income of the other unit. And what were you suggesting the income for
So
one side would be?
The current rent for the higher rented unit is $2,000 a month.
That's the current rent. Okay. But that seems low to me for that.
It is. I would say that it's about $500 to $700 under market.
So let's say you could, if you could rent it out for 25, let's just use the actual numbers. Let's use the $2,000. That's if you were going to write an offer on this right now. We want to keep them in place and collect that 2,000. So we could get 75% of that. So that's $1,500 a month times 12.
Yeah.
Right. So 1,500 times 12 is $18,000, and you need $120,000 total to qualify for this minimum down payment. So 18,000, and of that 120, 18 can be from the other unit. So you really need about $102,000 of income.
Yep.
You can't use, if you're going to buy this and move into one unit, you can use the rental from the other unit to qualify. But if you also are like, but I'm also going to get a roommate in the house, in the unit I'm going to get, because this is a 2-bedroom property, you actually cannot use the income for the roommate income, but you can from the rental income on
Yeah.
the other unit.
That's an important distinction. I think there's a lot of misinformation out there about what you can and can't use for income on FHA loans for multis. And I think it's important that people pay attention to that, because you need to operate off the regular numbers. But also, that means anything else you rent in addition to these numbers is just additional money. Like, you might need those things to qualify, but you can still rent out that other room and take
Oh,
advantage of
for sure. Yeah, it doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means you
it. Can't,
can't use it
yeah,
to support the purchase of it. So
correct.
if you have an income of about $102,000, you could potentially buy this with $46,000 out of pocket and leverage this to the max. That is a large mortgage payment, but you're collecting $2,000 a month to offset it. So now you've got your carry. If you do the minimum down payment, it's, let's just call it $6,000 a month because it's 59.64, and that includes your taxes, your property insurance, and the mortgage insurance that comes along um, with an FHA loan. So now you've got 6,000 minus two from the other end. You've got 4,000. What do you think you could rent one of the rooms for?
Oh,
600?
800.
800? Okay, so now you're at 3,200 a month that you have to.
And just know that that's a conservative number. Single
Yeah.
bedrooms in that area go for 1,000 to 1,200 too. I'm just going on the low end.
Well, what could you buy if you were looking, if you're in the market for a house? What and you wanted your mortgage payment to be 3,200? Like, where would you end up buying? And you had $50,000 and you wanted to get a $3,200 a month payment.
If
What would
you,
that look like?
I mean, you would be looking in areas like North Portland or further southeast in like Outer Woodstock, Mount Scott, Arletta, Lents.
Yeah.
You
So
wouldn't
this
be,
would, if that was your plan to have, I've got $46,000 to put down, and my budget is about 3,200 a month. This could move you into the center of the action and secure an asset that is going to become much more valuable for you over time. Let me review also. Let's talk about, so we had 2,600 a month of long-term rent income, and we're also thinking if you kept one side furnished and did shorter term rental income. This particular property is a killer short term
yeah.
property. We think that you could average over $3,000 a month of income for that.
And that's a super conservative estimate at 3,200. That those numbers are from AirDNA.
Didn't you say you had a client who has like a micro apartment in the basement that's getting like 2,500 a month right now?
No, he's averaging 1,750 a month.
1,750, but it's just like the tiniest of studios, like a 200 square foot studio.
It's a 250 square foot micro studio with a full bed, a rug, a dresser, and a small desk. And he's averaging 1,750 a month for it. And he's booked for the next 4 months with only 2 days of unoccupied time, 2 in the next 4 months. So, and that's just because we're starting him out. As he gets reviews and builds up his review bank, you can increase that over time. But
Amazing.
yeah, and that's with pretty low turnover. He's getting 1 and 2 months at a time booked out. For a place like this, you could expect, I think, much more. Conservatively, we're estimating it at 3,200, but I expect that during summer months and peak travel season, you could probably make your mortgage on this if you did Airbnb.
That's wild. Well,
Yeah.
I think that the idea that this asset, once you secure it, especially if you use the FHA mortgage, this is based on a rate of 6.75. This is sort of like right before Memorial Day weekend. Rates are kind of peaking right now for 2023. So that, the ups and downs of the interest rates are really going to inform the cash flow flexibility of a property like this. However, another cool thing about the FHA loan is if you use it to acquire income producing property with low down payments, they're one of the easiest loans to refinance. You can do what's called an FHA streamline refinance. So if rates start drifting down, you can just keep refining all the way down. There's no appraisal needed, no income needed to verify. It's just like a no doc rate drop loan. So as the rates drop, you can keep trying to
Yeah.
optimize your cash flow. So rents are going to go up, and your mortgage is likely going to be reducing in years to come. So
I think
that's
that's,
kind of the vision you need to be
yeah.
having.
I think that that's a really good thing to point out too, James, is that like oftentimes when people are looking to invest in their first property, they're looking very closely at the now numbers. And it's important for you to look at the future numbers. You're making an investment for your future self. And if you know that rates are not going to be this way forever, because they never are, they always change.
Yeah, they do.
There is an opportunity for you to bring the cost down. There are other things we can negotiate too. I don't know for sure for this property. I haven't talked to the agent. I haven't had a client make an offer on it.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other things you can do to reduce your initial costs in order to increase your cash flow and keep your costs down in the first couple of years. I've been really successful this year because of the way the market has shifted so much in negotiating 2-1 buy downs on multi properties. Which
FHA, yeah, the FHA could be really potent if you wanted to, get
you want to get
temporary buy down. You could get up to 6% of the purchase price can be a seller credit. So that's a huge dollar amount that you can use to subsidize your payment.
So for example, I negotiated 2-1 buy down for a client this fall who bought a duplex with the intention to live in one side and rent the other. And it brought his costs down over $600 a month.
Amazing.
Which meant his cash flow is $600 higher. And he was ecstatic. And that's for the first year. And the second year, it will be about
probably half, probably 300. Yeah.
But by that time, he's got opportunity to pay down his mortgage. He's got opportunity to save more money. There's just a lot you can do. I mean, what could you do with an extra $600 a month? That's my question is even though it's temporary and
That's right. But it's cool. Yeah. If you had extra $600 a month, maybe you could accelerate paying off your car or retiring other debt. So by the time the payment kind of rises, it's, your budget isn't affected by it because you've already been able to retire other debt with those dollars.
And there's not a lot of people, if you're listening to this and you're like, wow, I've never thought about this before, and you start asking your family and friends, just know there's not a lot of people who know how to do this. This is a thing that isn't for everyone. But if you are someone who's like, I would love to quit my job in the next 5 to 7 years and be able to make my own money, or I would love to spend more time with my family and maybe work part-time, or I really want to travel, like this is a property that can help you do that. And you have to be looking at your money as something that goes to work for you rather than something that you bank away and never use, which is the mentality of most people. So this represents not only opportunity for you for housing, because you need to buy a house. Like everybody, or you don't need to buy a house, but if you're going to buy a house, you may as well have someone else helping you pay your mortgage. And if you're going to do that, why not see how much you can leverage it for?
I'm looking up the property history because it's always like, wow, someone just bought this a year ago. That's interesting. But before 2022, someone bought it in 1999, 23 years ago, for $180,000.
Wow. Could you imagine? Could you even imagine buying something for $180,000
in this location? But my point, I guess what I'm trying to tell you is that the person who bought this for $180,000 in 1999 was probably like stretching to their limit, and they probably was like, I can't believe I'm doing this. This is crazy. Seems so expensive.
Yeah.
So you always feels that way. It always feels a little bit wild to step into the breach and buy a house. But just know it will continue to develop, and the debt goes down, the income comes up, and the value of the house will develop over time. And then after 5-10 years, you've got some real margin built into it.
Yeah. So in conclusion, this is a great opportunity. If you are interested in this property or getting into a multi-unit or multiplex, we would love to talk to you. We'd also love to hear what you want to learn more about in this space, so that as we make more videos, this is the first of what we hope to be many.
Yeah.
We can,
the Plex report.
Yeah, the first of the Plex report videos. But if you are someone who's like, wow, this is cool, I want to learn more about this, drop a comment, subscribe, share,
smash that subscribe button.
Smash it. We're gonna have people that say that now. And let us know in the comments what you'd like to learn more about. And if you want to reach James, you can reach him at
pdxhomeloan.com. That's my website. It's the easiest way to remember to hit me up.
And if you want to reach me, you can reach me at 971-444-9155 via text or call, or Sorcha, SORCHA, at tinyempiregroup.com.
That's right. I'm going to put I'm going to add all this information into the comments of this of the YouTube for sure. But yeah, thank you so much. If you've come this far, subscribe. We'll be trying to add our favorite income producing opportunity properties at least once a week until we get feedback that we want to do it more frequently or less frequently or whatever. But for now, that's the intention. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.